Hello, welcome back to the channel. We have a review to do, and today it's going to be the turn of the Messerschmitt high-speed bomber ME4104. No, that's an A, that's not 4. ME410A-1. So what have we got on the front here? We've got some lovely box art. 148 Longiceps series. You know, what is Longiceps? Is that even a real dinosaur? You think they would have called it the pterodactyl series, because that looks like a pterodactyl, and pterodactyls were big birds. So you know, it makes sense. But Longiceps, I don't even know if that's real. But I know somebody that does. Google. So, in the interests of being informative, and for everyone to learn something, we are going to quickly scoot on over to Google and ask the simple question: Longiceps. I mean, it could be Longiceps, but I don't think so. Longiceps. Oh, there's a meaning down for it. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. It's a species of ray-finned fish. It's actually one of an Indian oil sardine. Oh dear. Its full name is Sardinella longiceps, and it's in the fisheries fish base. Oh, hold on. We do have some images, however, of a bird further down. Pteranodon longiceps. Now that makes more sense, doesn't it? This is not a fucking sardine. Oh yeah, so right, Longiceps, it's a pteranodon. I don't know, wow, we'll leave that there. That's that mystery solved. Usual stuff on the sides, some information on the Messerschmitt bomber if you want to read that, you can. Loads of Chinese or Japanese writing. You can have two schemes on this. You can have the ME410A1, which was France, January 1944, or the Sicily from December 1943. Honestly, I like the look of the second one more. Whether there's any more in there, we will not find out. So, it is Chinese writing because it's made in China. Okay, so just on the front it says cockpit is precisely represented. Precision engine is included. That's good. Barbettes in the middle of the fuselage are rotatable. Angle of flap, aileron, elevator and rudder can be selected. Ready to assemble. This product is for users aged above 14 only. Cement and paint not included. This is not a toy. On a side note, that is something that really winds me up when adults class model making as toys. Really? Okay. So let's go over to that camera and let's get into the box and have a look at this review. See you in a minute. manual first. So let's, can we zoom out on this? Yes. I wasn't sure whether I was up there. We've got quite a few pages. So we've got this lovely booklet with a satin finish on it. In colour by the looks of it. So let's start on, I need to come out a little bit more, I think, if I can. Yeah, of course I can. I've got loads of zoom on this. There we go, we're at the widest now. So, well, Russian. No, I'm not going to rush. Kidding. So telling you the tools you need. Showing you the two different styles. You've got A and B. That's what they'll be referred to as in the rest of it. So, kicking things off, we've got what looks to be the front nose, maybe. That looks what that's going to be. Weapon bay assembly. Yeah, that's going to be beneath. That's basically the cockpit floor rotated. And then you flip it over and you put the front seat assembly in here. So, and then we've got the front cockpit all going together in here. So, E7 might refer to, doesn't look to be any photo etch going in. I can't remember whether this kit's got any photo etch. Oh yeah, it says so. We have a PE photo etch 1 and 6, so there's some photo etch going in the cockpit in the form of belts and various other little bits and pieces. So then we've got some more photo etch going in again on seat belts. Is this twin seater? The two, yes, it looks like there are going to be 2 seats. More cockpit stuff going in there, and then we've got the barbette assembly. Barbette, never heard that term before. And the barbette assembly, can't see where that is. It looks the sort of shape of these nacelles at the front here, but I don't see it. It might be at the back, I don't know, but there's a barbette assembly, and that rotates. And then there's a control device of barbette assembly here. Now we've got the attaching of the barbette. Are they referring to the... no. Oh, it looks like it's a side gun. It looks like... yeah, we probably can't see it because of the wing. But it looks like there's going to be a little... little blob dome on the side. Blob's not a technical term. You pick these words up when you've been modelling a while. Blob, thing, bit, greebles. Everyone uses them when they've basically forgotten what they're about to say. So then we've got a rear wheel assembly going on there. Fuselage halves coming together with the cockpit there, and then we're putting some weapons together. And it looks like it's got, I don't know whether it'll have any extras, so make 4, so you could have 4 bombs, yeah, optional parts, you make 2 of those, so yeah, there's options there. Rudder assembly going together here with some more photo etch, and then we're sort of closing everything up along the bottom there. And we're putting the canopy assembly together, which looks an unusual canopy assembly. It's not one piece. It actually looks as though it's made up of 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces that are glued together, which I think is unusual for a canopy these days, and normally sort of moulded as closed or an option to have it open. Yeah, there's some more extra bits going on there. Landing gear legs, which also are split in two, so there's going to be a seam to get rid of. And then we come on to the engines. Now obviously there's going to be 2 of these, and it's good to see that they're actually a bit more involved than just the basic engine block and obligatory little bits to stick around it. There's a little bit more going on. I can see a turbo there for a start by the looks of it. That looks like a turbo. I don't know, did they have turbos back then? Turbines? It wouldn't have been a turbo, maybe I don't know, but that looks like a turbo. I really don't know. Then we've got the left wheel bay assembly attaching the left wing. We've still got some more photo etch going in here. Propeller, rotating thingamabob going in there. That's telling you where to cement that, so you need to be very careful, because usually these propellers at some point there's somewhere that you don't cement them. So you need to keep a wary eye out for that, unless you don't want them to spin, which is fair enough. Then we've got attaching the left landing gear, attaching the left radiator. Oh, that's interesting. That's quite attaching right wheel bay assembly, attaching right wing. Just telling you it's the same painting for both sides. Engine going on there. Right control surfaces going in. Right landing gear, radiator, attaching the right radiator there. And then we've got attaching the wings as the final step. And then we've got a sprue map at the back which tells you that PE fret is not going to supply all them parts that I've just seen there. So it'd be interesting to have a look. I've got a funny feeling that these are separate. These are probably referring to optional extras, maybe. We'll see when we get to the PE fret. And then we've got the A, which is the two-tone green camo, which with the underside, which is more of a light green. I'm not really a big fan of that. It looks just too dark for me. That's the underside of it. And then I like this one. It's a little bit like, actually it looks the same on the top, but it looks completely different on there. It's a bit lighter, a bit more grey in it, and then yeah, now you compare that to the drawing on the side. So they're saying we've got A, this one here, which they're saying is this one here. Yeah. Then we come across to B. Come across to B, this one here, which they're saying is this one here, which has the, almost certainly looks like it's bluish, much lighter than that, much lighter. But that looks nothing at all like that. So there's a top tip really. Don't believe what you read in these and on these. If you want to get it accurate and you want to get it right and you want to, you know, be 100%, then go and look at reference pictures for yourself. By all means use these as a guide, but go and look at the planes that were actually used. If you can go along to a museum, an air museum or somewhere like that, and actually look at one, all the better. If you're lucky enough to be that close, I mean, that would be the best. But and then we've got a list of paints in the back, and there we do have a light blue RLM 65, which is where can we see RLM 65? These are Vallejo colours, so what is the corresponding number? 008. 7105 71008. 008. Oh, come on, I can't find it. Apparently it's not even on here. Right, it's not even on there. Okay, anyway, that is the instructions. Nice instructions. So let's get all this out of here. Lots of crystal parts, put them at the back. And that way it gets put in the right. We will, before we start on the plastic, we'll have another look at the, we'll look at these. Well, I don't need to take these out. You can see there's no way that all them pieces come from that, unless of course they're missing. I don't think so. We've got the seat belt. I suppose that's all that matters really, but maybe, I don't know, maybe they are all in here. I mean, they're very tiny and there's lots of, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so we've got 2 sets of seat belts. We'll see. Nice little fret though there. Let's have a look at the decals. Nice resealable bags. Love resealable bags. I don't know who does Mengs decals. I don't think they're Cartograph. Oh, they are. They're printed by Cartograph, made in Italy. So we've got a nice, well, they've got a flat sort of, no sheen to them. They're nice and flat. Yeah, I've just been working with some really naff decals, really very bad. I'll probably bring them up in another video, but some of the worst, but they were 20 years old, maybe more. So yeah, we've got some lovely Cartograph decals are the best. all in register, crystal clear, beautiful, beautiful. Can't fault them at all. Superb. And we've got the, obviously they've broken up the swash sticker so that it's in 4 separate pieces, because you're not allowed that now. But I'm sure I've got some swash stickers that are all one piece in my decal drawer, but we'll have a look later. Well, I mean, we won't, I will. We'll put that away so it doesn't get lost. So, these, however, are not resealable. So, on the inside we've got some ejector pin marks, but they're not going to be a problem in there. If they are, they can easily be taken back, but not too worried about that. We look to have the rudders, look to these rudders, or the rear elevators, or something like that. I think that's the rear rudder, I'm not certain, but we've got some other control surfaces here. Slats, I think they're called, not certain again. Fantastic detail. That has to be said straight off the bat. Let's see if we can get in and just see straight away. Look at that. Would you look at that? Very, very impressive. Obviously it's going to be the same the other side. They look okay to me. I'm not an expert on depth or anything like that, but they look fine to me. You paint them, put a wash over them, they'll be fine. I like what's going on here on this. We've got like, I don't know what they are, but they're raised. Fantastic, that's a very impressive first sprue. If the rest of them are like this, we're off to a cracking start. Try and keep rustling down to a minimum, I apologise. We've got the fuselage here, and we've got these bands coming in, and lots of rivet detail, huge amounts of riveting detail, little bit of flash on the front, not too much, but it's there, just on the front there. Again, nothing I'm concerned about, nothing at all. No, so that might have been, that last one might have been the rudder, the bit that moves, so it might have been that part of the rudder. Then we've got some more control surfaces. Is that flash, or is that actually part of the mould in there? I don't know. Just going to zoom you out a touch so that we're not. So I think you can pick the detail up with me being out just a little bit further. Yeah, you can see that. So if I see something really special, then we'll zoom in and have a look. But so the I guess depending on your point of view, the right hand side's quite bland in terms of features. There's a lot of rivets, and there's a lot of vertical panel lines, but then you come over to the other side and we've got lots of little hatches and areas that will take a wash. Again, plenty of detail on this side. Quite a busy little kit really. And then we've got, well, these look like farm gates. If you look at them closely, they've got they look like them old farm gates. Yeah, I'll shut up. So we just look on the inside. Oh, nearly forgot the inside. So we've got some internal detail there. Quite a bit actually. I mean, with these you can normally get away with just putting a bit of rib in. And then we've got some on the other side. Nice. There we go. And again, some injector pin marks on there. Let me just see, can't see through. So there's no problem there. No flash really, apart from them tiny little sections. Haven't really seen any. This is a twin bag and these are two identical sprues, so we're only going to get one out and look at it. I'm only getting one out, but they both come out together, so I'm only showing you one though. So we've got the engine here. I'm starting to learn the parts now as we go through them, so I'm picking things up slowly. So we've got the engine block here. Nice detail on it. I think I might even be able to put some wires on here. I don't know whether you can leave these canopies open at all, but I should certainly have a look. We've got the exhaust stacks. They're not hollowed out, but I bet there's some aftermarket stuff somewhere for them. They're perfectly good enough for what they do, but if you want them, there's that piece that I said looked like a turbo, and it does look like a primitive turbo or an early Dyson, with the hose wrapped around it for the attachments to go on. So perhaps this is one of the early vacuum cleaners, and the pilot would have it, and he could reach out and he could put his little attachment on there and hoover on the floor while he's on his way back from England and on his way back to Berlin or whatever. Oh yeah, I know. I'll shut up. And then we've got some what looks to be like a little measuring spoon. It's not though. These are just engine parts. Cowling for the engine, I would think. So then we've got the wheels. They're detailed, they're very well detailed, and we've got writing on the side, so this is worth looking at, because people get all excited about writing on the side of wheels. I've observed, and you can see it. It says Phoenix Harburg, and they are 104.5 1045 or 1045 by 380. Really is a nice level of detail. Just to show you that early turbo or exhaust system, there it is. And we've got some small pieces there. Excellent. Not sure what these are, and whether they're something to do with the landing gear or not, but yes, very good. I'm going to make sure I get these, put these away right. I think they went together like that. There we go. Now we're looking at sprue E. We've got a bit of texture going on this one. Feel a bit of, it's not as smooth as the rest, you can see it's not. So we're dropping it back out again so that you can see. And we've got some tiny wheels here. They're split as well, so they're two-piece. That's going to be annoying because they've got tread in them. Then we've got some wheelie parts. They look really good. I'm on fire. Or not, as the case may be. We've got some seat in there. Nice seats. Again, not much in the way of flash. Look to be. Has this got an array on the front at all? I didn't notice. I didn't think it had. But these look to be sort of aerials of sorts. And this is the barbette, as they call it. These are the barbette parts, and I'm guessing is there one each side. And then we've got, I think this is a firewall. I think that's what they call a firewall, but it may be something else. Nice level of detail in that. See, everything in that's wonderful. Apologies for the nails. Just looked up and they look a bit, just because I've been busy painting and that. And we've got a lovely level of detail on these smaller pieces as well. Yes, very good. Top marks. I'm a big fan of Mengs kits anyway, so they've yet to disappoint me, which is what you want out of a manufacturer. We've got some nice, this is out of the cockpit, some nice control surfaces there. When I say control surfaces, I actually mean the controls in the cockpit, not the wing control surfaces, which is the correct name for those. And then we've got the machine guns there. Let's come in close and have a look at them. Another thing that people like to look at is the guns. Nice level of detail on them. And I think these are guns as well. Not certain. And if I remember rightly, I think these tiny little pieces here are something to do with supports for the wheels. They were a bit fiddly. Then we've got, this is the cockpit floor. Coming in here. That's the cockpit floor. So if we swivel it over, that will be where your guns go, I'm guessing, because they go on the bottom of the cockpit floor. And there's another bulkhead with relays, solenoids and so on, with click and clank and nice detail. In fact, I think their level of detail beats Edwards on this. Edwards the company, not Edward the person. Many of you will know what I'm on about, but just in case you're new, there isn't a man out there, although I don't know, is there a man out there called Edward that started Edwards, fucking Edwards. Sorry for the bad language. And we've got, ooh, did we see, we didn't see the, nice riveting on there again. Control surfaces there. And this is where the radiator's going to go, I think. I'm just going to zoom back out again. I think the radiator's going to sit in there. And these are the engine nacelles where the engines will slot in. And then the canopies will go over the top, I guess. That'll be interesting to see. Now, what is that? I hope that's not a huge. No, that's the wrong shape. What the hell is that? Massive fly. We'll have to be dealing with that in a minute. Not having that flying around. Oh, it's gone. I'm sure that's going to pester me all night now. Yeah, so I don't know what that is. Is that meant to be there? I don't like it. That could get in the way. I'll have to wait and see before I cut that off whether oh, it's very thin. Oh, it's this. Yeah, you can see through it. So no, don't cut that off. Whatever you do, don't cut that off. And then we have some cowlings there and some rockets and bombs. Which is odd, these normally come in pairs. These rockets and bombs. Yep, very nice. Not too much. We got the pylons there. H7, H9. Yeah. Excellent. So we come to the crystal parts. And I thought for a minute there they'd been vacuum sealed. Now I think these are in, they're already in another, so you take this out of the bag, and then there's another sheet that's sort of stuck to the crystal parts and wrapped around to keep them clean and free from dust. So there's no point me taking them out of this, because I'm not going to take them out of the inner bag, because that leaves them open. Then we can see they look to be in excellent condition. I don't see any problem with them. There's no flash on them, there's no marks on them, there's no distortion as you look through them. There's lots of riveting detail on there, lots and lots of riveting detail. Excellent. Might be worth investing in a mask set for this, so I may have to look into that. Lovely kit. So there we go. That is my review, my first review of the reboot, if you like. Let's just come out. That's my review for the Mengs Messerschmitt Me410A-1 high-speed bomber. Lovely kit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, a thumbs down if you didn't. Please leave a comment, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.